requesting a temporary order today and asking the court to reserve retroactive support for another time. I have some wage information for Mr. Felton that's current, but I believe the couple separated in 2021, so would be requesting not just W-2s but tax returns going back to 2021, so we can work out the retroactive. Defer to the court in the Ad Litem as far as conservatorship, possession, access. I do ask the court to make appropriate ruling as far as non-disclosure is concerned. I believe the evidence will show that Mr. Felton's current wages is making $3,205.06 a month. I believe the testimony will be that there's not insurance at reasonable cost, so would request, I believe it's 2 children in and no children outside, so 4.5%, $144 medical, and I calculate guideline child support at $650. So that's going to be the request unless I hear something else in testimony, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Obadiah. What are you requesting today, sir?
Okay. Your Honor, for Mr. Felton?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. We already addressed the issue of temporary orders. You already denied, we were here, I think actually close to a year ago, you denied the issue of temporary orders. We're supposed to be going for finance. If the AG needs document from both parties, he can request it and they can provide it, but
Here's no, sir. They were originally served with that documentation as far as their request for production. The original pleadings in this case had the request for production for W-2s, bank records, all that was included, and that's what they were served with. But go ahead. So go
right
ahead.
I understand. Your Honor, we made opening before. The parties have been doing, 1 week on, 1 week off, even now, before they met us. And that's what my client requested. The judge has the power to adjust child support based on what they're doing. If mom is only asking for just to spoil everything they're doing because of child support requirement, I ask you to take into consideration what the parties have been doing and what's actually in the best interest of the children. So that's how I'm going to leave it for. But I believe this is a full-blown contested custody. As I'm just let the judge make a decision as to what's best for the children. But I think the court shouldn't touch child support or the current visitation they're doing. But I'll leave it. I defer to the court.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Kuzak.
I'm glad it reminds me when I'm muted because I always forget it. As far as I don't know, I've spoken with Ms. Lloyd. I don't know. She may have a different take on it than either of the two who just spoke, have indicated. I'm not quite sure where she stands on the issue of child support and retro, but we can allow her to address that later. My clients, I have 2 child clients. DJ is 7 and Denham is 5. I have a longer version and a shorter version, Judge. As far as what you need from opening, do you need just to know kind of in general what I'm
Give me the long one. Let me hear the long one.
Okay. So Denham, basically DJ is 7 and he can talk my ear off. We can actually have a communication, and he talks to me quite a bit when we meet. Denham is a good speaker for someone who just turned 5 a couple weeks ago, but Denham kind of gets bored of me and wants to go do something else pretty frequently. So I don't have as much feedback from Denham as I do with DJ. I agree that the parties have been alternating visitation since they split up. They've been switching off. They've been switching every Tuesday, and there have been hiccups, but they also have been existing like that without the typical problems that other people have as far as snatching up kids. And they've been doing this without court order. I thought that we had a court order, but apparently we don't. I was going back through my files to try to see how we had addressed the issue of conservatorship, and I don't see a court order, a temporary court order for custody, even though we've been in court. So I think they've been kind of doing what they've been doing, and that's been alternating every week. DJ, the oldest child, is happy with the schedule. When I first met with him, I met with him in mom's home, and he was happy with the schedule, but then he kind of indicated maybe he didn't want to, back and forth so much, and he kind of seemed like he wanted to stay with mom. And then when I talked to him in dad's possession, basically that flipped. He said that he liked being with dad. And then since then, we really haven't talked about, well, we've talked about the schedule, and the only recommendations he has made is that, well, what if we do Wednesday instead of Tuesday? And there's not a real reason for that. He said something like, well, then I can stay at each house longer. And I had to explain to him, and he got it this time. I said, well, if you stay a day longer, then you're at the other parent's house, a day later. And he was like, oh, okay. So, but he seems happy with it. Each parent brings different skills to the table. So basically what I was requesting is joint managing. I think maybe it might be beneficial to have a primary. And if that's the case, looking at some of the other control issues I'll talk about later, I was leaning towards mom on that, but having a split possession schedule. And so where it's basically a true 50-50. Like I said, each parent has their own skill. Dad is super involved in athletics, and DJ is involved in soccer and all kinds of athletics. And then it's going to switch over to baseball and just the typical sports kid kind of thing. Both boys are involved in it, and he's really good with that. He wanted mom to be more involved in some of the sports activities, and so that's something that both parties have been working on. And then I think mom is very focused on school. There was an issue about whether DJ could go to a soccer game recently, and it was because he was behind on some of his projects. And I think Miss Lloyd felt that she was having to catch up all the time on the education side of it. So I do think they each have their skill that they bring, and balance that they bring to the table. And so I think it kind of works out in the long run. As far as just to let you know that there have been allegations of domestic violence on both sides. I think that has settled, though. This was back when they were together. And Mr. Felton, they both basically pled or did deferred adjudication to some sort of family violence during while they were together. So that we'll have to look at that from a non-disclosure standpoint. I believe they've been switching off at school, so that really the split possession thing doesn't really present a problem where the family violence issue is concerned. Each party can talk about the family violence if they want to. I believe Ms. Lloyd would probably have some issues to talk about some medical issues that came up from one of those incidents. There was also an incident that was brought up recently about the boys and whether mom's boyfriend had hit DJ in the chest. So I talked to both of the boys about that, and I got kind of mixed signals from both of them. Denham said it was something about a towel, I don't know if he got popped with a towel or something like that. And I said, did it hurt? And he was like, no, and then he just I said, does he make you scared or worried, or did it make you cry? Did you, were you hurt? And he did not seem fazed. DJ made it seem like he actually kind of got popped in the chest, but they both say that the boyfriend plays with them and they like him too, so I don't think it's a danger situation. I think it's an issue of we just need to set boundaries on physical things like that. So if they're just playing, that's one thing, but if it's kind of a punishment, then that would be something that should be left to the parents, I think. The bottom line is no one was injured or really scared of him in that situation. So like I said, I don't think it rose to, it's something to keep on the radar, but I don't think it was something bad. I think basically we can look at this one of two ways. I think we can either look at this for the flaws that are in it, or we can look at it as kind of an ideal. They both bring things to the table. I think that dad has more resources than mom does, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing as far as a fact. He lives primarily with his parents, and it's kind of a good deal. You know, he's got the kids talk about Grandpa and Nene, and you know, Nene was in the kitchen cooking one day when I was talking to them, and so that can be a good thing. On the other hand, you have to kind of admire the fact that Miss Lloyd, who doesn't have all of that support, has been doing this essentially on her own. And so she's kind of provided some strength to this. Another thing I noticed when the boys were at Miss Lloyd's house is that they didn't have as much, like dad provides the tech stuff, like the boys were showing me all their video games, which you would like, Judge. They were showing me all the different video games that they had. But then when you look at mom's house, DJ went over and there was like a box, like a crate that had like files in it. And he pulled out a piece of paper and it had like facts about Texas. And it had, you know, like the Alamo and things like that. And he told me Texas facts while we sat there. Like I said, he and I can talk quite a bit. And so she's got these things in her house and in her system that are there for them to go find. And he found that on his own. Like she didn't say, go show her this. I'll also state for the record, when I talk to the boys, there may be times when the parents are transitioning over, but when I really talk to them, the parents have to go into other rooms so that I can hear really what the kids want. So I really do feel that this is one of those situations. If the parents can learn from the small skirmishes that they have, I think it's something where it could be basically what they've been doing all this time.
All right, then, folks, let's go ahead and get some testimony from everybody, and let's see how far this one gets. And Mr. Diamond, the retro, you're acting, the retro that you say was in play, is that just child support, or is that child support plus medical?
I believe it's just child support, Your Honor.
All right, well, let's get some testimony on what's going on, and let's figure out whether or not it's going to be, that's not even going to be appropriate at this time, and we'll figure it out also. So at this time, I'll ask both the parties, Mr. Felton and Ms. Lloyd, unmute themselves, turn on their videos, and raise their right hands. Do both of you solemnly swear or affirm your testimony going to give this court today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Miss Lloyd, can you tell the court how long you guys have been, you and Mr. Felton have been doing this, the visitation you have right now?
Probably like 3 or 4 years.
In the 3 or 4 years that when it first started, can you tell the court how you guys basically got this visitation started?
Well, I was moving out of his parents' house and he stopped me from taking the boys. So that's how all of this really started.
Okay. How long did you guys live in his parents' house?
It was on and off pretty much throughout the whole relationship we were together.
Okay. So since the children were born, so on and off, you guys.
Maybe even before they were born.
Okay. I'm just focusing on the children. So since the first child was born and the second child, where you guys mostly resided, were his parents' house before you separated?
Pretty much, yes, sir.
Okay. And that separation, do you remember the last time you actually left for good?
Sometime May, let me see, I think Denham already had hit a year. So it was like mid-May of 2021.
Okay. So since 2021, you guys been doing, is that when you started this schedule?
Yes, it's when I was leaving their house, sir, and he stopped me from taking my boys. Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is not working with the schedule right now?
I don't know.
No, I mean, what are you asking the court for?
I don't know. I think I'd rather do a reset because I think I need to lawyer up myself at this point.
You know, I will let you make a ruling, but I'm not getting the response I'm asking for.
I understand.
Yeah, all right, this is not a criminal matter, but Mr. As soon as they ask me they want a lawyer, I give them a lawyer. I let them get a lawyer. Here's the
Okay,
deal,
Your
man.
Honor.
Here's the deal, man. This is a last minute deal. We've been doing this a long time, and I wish you had done this earlier. But the bottom
I
line
mean,
is,
yeah.
ma'am,
I mean, y'all not
stop,
seeing. It's like
ma'am,
you're not
ma'am,
seeing
stop,
the facts.
ma'am, stop. Here's the deal, ma'am. I don't need to know the reason. I just need to know that you're telling me you want the opportunity to talk with a lawyer. I'm going to give you that opportunity, no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, that's all I'm saying, ma'am. So but since we've been doing this so long, I don't want to stretch this out another 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I want to give you the time frame to go talk to a lawyer, see whether or not you're going to retain a lawyer. They're expensive, some thousands of dollars up front, maybe several $100s an hour. But you now asked the court for it, so I'm going to grant that, ma'am, because again, the way this system sets up, if I made a decision today, you would still have the opportunity to go out and hire a lawyer and let the district judge do it all over again. So I want to do this one time, okay, and get this thing
Okay,
set up.
thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead and I want to set this for. I want to be reasonable. So I usually give parties at least somewhere between 4 to 5 weeks to go ahead and talk to a lawyer, and then figure out whether or not they can afford the lawyer or not. I'm looking at keeping everything as is. Y'all been doing the week on, week off. We're going to keep that as is, but I'll give the mom the opportunity to see counsel. And ma'am, I want to set this for a pretrial to see whether or not you've been able to retain counsel. And I'm going to, and unfortunately, Belinda's not here, and Miss Walker's not here. Mr. Diamond, do you have a date that shows Miss Kuzak being here anytime in the okay, we're already at the end of March, so anytime after the 1st of May. She's already going to be here, and we'll see about counsel for Mr. Felton to see if he can make that schedule. Otherwise, I'll just start looking at time frames and we'll figure one out.
So, Your Honor, there's May the 1st, but that's a general docket. I would request a special setting.
No, I'm saying this is a pretrial. I'm not looking for it. I want to see if mom's going to hire a lawyer or not, and we should know by then. So one way or the other. So I'm giving her a month to do that. So yeah,
So, Your Honor, yes, sir. So, Your Honor, May the 1st, Ms. Kuzak is here. That's a Zoom docket, and then she's also set on May the 21st, but that's in person in Belton.
All right then. All right then. So May the 1st is a Thursday. And obviously we can do another time. Mr. And again, I'm sorry about asking your last name, sir. Miss Kuzak's already going to be here on the 1st of May. That's a general docket. Only thing I'm looking for is to see whether or not mom has retained counsel. And then if the mom has retained counsel at that pretrial, I'm going to set us up for another, I'm going to do a scheduling order one way or the other. So if she comes in with counsel, I'm going to do a scheduling order where we can get this thing done ASAP and we'll get that done on that date. Or if mom doesn't have a lawyer, then obviously we can just go ahead and set this matter and for final hearing one way or the other. So can you make the 1st of May work, sir, or do I need to look at another time or day?
No, you're good. May 1st works for me.
All right, then. Thank you. All right, Ms. Lloyd, I'm going to go ahead and look at resetting this matter for a pretrial to give you the opportunity to go speak with counsel and possibly retain legal counsel. And I'm looking at resetting this matter for that pretrial at 9 a.m. And I'm going to use the same Zoom code as this. I'm going to keep you guys separate and apart from the regular docket. But there's a docket call. It takes about an hour to go through all that information that we give out initially. What I'm going to go ahead and do is move this code, same code we have today, to 10:15 a.m. So and that way everybody just needs to log in at 10:15, and then we'll get an update on your circumstances, ma'am. And then we'll figure out if you have a lawyer, we'll work with we'll work with all lawyers involved here, and we'll come out with what's called a scheduling plan, which means we'll set up deadlines for well, everything has to be done, including when the final hearing is going to be. If you do not have counsel, then ma'am, then I'm probably looking at just going ahead and setting this for a final hearing. as soon as practical, and practical in most of these circumstances, at best is usually within the 30 days of that. So sometime by the end of May, we can probably wrap this up. If not by the end of May, by that first week in June. So, but the bottom line is, ma'am, I'm gonna give you that right to go talk to a lawyer, because again, that's your right. And if you think you need to seek legal counsel, well, I'm gonna allow you to set that up, ma'am. So at this time, ma'am, do you have any questions?
He's not in here.
Did we lose her? Oh, great. Okay. I didn't hear a ding. Usually when somebody actually gets out, it dings.
We can send a notice of hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. She may still be here. You know, sometimes that happens. The signal's just so bad that they're still in here, but they can't broadcast, they can receive. So, but right now I think she's just plain gone. All right, then. But again, that's what I hope she heard enough of that. But I'll let Mr. Diamond, when you put in the reset order, just put in there that this was at the request of the Miss Lloyd, and that she wanted the opportunity to seek counsel. I'm giving her that opportunity, as reset for 10:15 a.m. on the 1st of May, this same docket. And it's set as a pre-trial to get an update on whether or not she's being legally represented. All right.
Got
Judge,
it, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
May I add one thing to add in that reset order? Could I if the court could make I guess order the parties not to talk about the litigation with the kids. I don't want them, you know, hounding.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Not what I brought up.
Go ahead. All right, I'm gonna keep everything else. Continue on your week on, week off. I'm gonna make that part of the reset order, and I want the state to go ahead and include the standing order from Bell County. That's all in there, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge. I just don't want.
Bell County has a standing order where parents. Huh?
I just don't want
I'm
them
sorry?
questioning the boys about the allegation that was brought up.
All right, here's the deal, folks. Do not mention these matters that will come before the court today to either of the two children. Understood, sir? Mr. Felton, you understand? Yeah, let's keep let's let them be little boys, and we'll be the grown-ups, okay?
Yes,
all right. And Ms. Kuzak, be sure to send that information on to Ms. Lloyd too, okay?
Thank you,
And,
Judge. That's what I wanted to
and
do.
Mr. Wellway, I'm going to go ahead and put in the standing order. When this thing was originally filed, we didn't include the standing order, but now by the new district presiding judge, we do. So I'll have this attach a copy of the Bell County standing order also, as far as to give the both parties some guidelines on what they can and cannot do. Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I couldn't hear you.
I was saying, all right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Again, my apologies, folks. I didn't see that coming. I didn't, so. But once they ask for a lawyer, it just makes it so much easier for us to get it set up. Let them get one, or let them go out and find out. What do you mean I need a $10,000 retainer? So yeah, it is what it is. So.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I like your policy, by the way. So.
Oh yeah,
They ask for it, they go.
Yeah, it's just like with your kids. You let them, you give them some room, let them figure things out, and most times they'll figure it out right, and it'll be their idea. There you go. All right, Mr. Diamond, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Kuzak?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all all very much. Again, my apologies. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I asked you first, so so I'll say, well, counsel for Mr. Felton. Anything else, sir?
Thank you. No, I'm good. Just needed to know if I'm excused.
Oh, yeah. Zoom code over immediately. Sorry about that, Mr. Felton. You can talk to your lawyer. But again, sir, that's when people start asking for the opportunity to have legal rep, you let them go. You let them go find out for themselves whether or not they want to try to do that or not. But anyway, we'll get this one done and try to get you folks out of here as fast as we can next time around. Anyway, we're off the record, and I will go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I believe the agreement between the parties and what Ms. Kuzak would recommend, even if there were no agreement, and which I take no position on, would be the parents have the children for alternating weeks, so beginning Tuesdays, either when school lets out or if there's no school at 6 p.m. Pickup and drop off would be at the paternal grandparents' residence, and mutual non-disclosure would be ordered. As to addresses, however, they would each still have phone and email addresses so they can communicate. It sounds like they've been effectively communicating. So the agreement is also that no child support would be ordered, that Mr. Felton now has insurance through his work, and that he be ordered to carry the insurance. I believe runs him about $150 a month. He's working at HEB now, Your Honor. But no medical support, no dental, no support ordered, and would request that this be a final order, Your Honor.
All right, then. All right. I always mispronounce your name again, so I need it every time. Mr. Ojebe,
Obadiah.
Okay.
Obadiah.
I'm just gonna say, oh, bad day. Okay.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Oh, bad day. All right. Thank you, Mr. Obadiah. Anyway, opening on your part, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. I was just looking at my pleadings. It shows that we have been on this case for 2 years. Thank you for putting up with us. But it appears that we have an agreement, like Mr. Diamond clearly stated what the parties have agreed to. I would just hope that you give us a few minutes to do the proof up so that they can confirm on record that as in fact their agreement.
All right, good enough. Yeah, I definitely want everybody to know, because I'm not a big fan of 50-50. I mean, people got to really, really get along to make that happen. So let me hear some testimony, and we'll double check it, and we'll see, and the court will see about approving what the parents want to try to do on this one. The court's always aware of parental circumstances and rights, so we'll get it done. So at this time, Ms. Kuzak, is that your understanding? And I'll let you make the opening on behalf of your clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, that's my understanding as well, that we have an agreement. DJ is about to start 3rd grade. Denham is about to start kindergarten. And these two boys have been spending their time alternating split possession for years, basically since the separation. So they're comfortable with it. They want to continue it. They have different connections with each parent, based upon each parent's skills, the dad does a lot of the extracurriculars like soccer and things like that. He's also involved in school. The mom is involved in school. She has I brought this up last time. She has like a little learning center in the house, and they can go get these, papers and learn things. And so they each have their skills, and they kind of balance each other out. When you say, I only really do this when they get along. The parties have had times in the past when they have not gotten along. There has been some family violence. There have been some criminal, issues basically on each side. They each have their own, reason, or not reason for it, but their own understanding of it. And so I won't really go into that, but I do think it's fair to disclose the fact that there have been issues in the past. I do think, though, now that the parents are living separately, I think that has changed it. I think they both are committed to taking care of their kids and trying to get them through this in the best way possible. So I do recommend the split possession. When I asked the boys if they wanted to change anything previously, I spoke with them yesterday, and they didn't have any changes. Prior to that, when I spoke to them before the last hearing, DJ just said, well, maybe we change it to Wednesday instead. And I was like, well, that means the next Wednesday it would be later. And he was like, oh yeah. So, but they're really okay with 50-50. And they each have their connections with each parent. So I think the insurance, we talked about that. Switch off on Tuesdays. non-disclosure. The parents have been using phone or text. They have not really been using app close, and the phone and text has been working for them. So I don't know that we necessarily need to jump in and change what has been working. I believe that's it, Judge.
All right, then let's get some testimony from the parents. Are we going to limit this to an ISD?
We did have an issue, and I have not confirmed this with Mr. Obadiah. Traditionally, the mom has been the one who her residence designated the school. So I don't know if that's what we do, if we do the school district based upon that, and then, but I guess, I don't know if we need to make a decision on that.
Okay, so that usually deals with geo restriction and doing something to make sure the kids have a continuing circumstances that they're used to. So, all right, well, Mr. Obadiah, any comments on that, sir?
Yeah, I was just saying we restrict them to the current, the ISD and whatever they're going to be going to for middle school and for high school, which I believe it will be the same school district. So
Sure.
that nobody moves too far.
All right, then. All right, then let's get these parties on the record and under oath and verify everything, and we'll take it from there. All right, so at this time, all right, Ms. Lloyd, Mr. Felton, you there?
Yes.
All right, then, sir, are you there?
I'm here. Yes, sir.
All right, but I ask you both to raise your right hands. Do you both solemnly swear or affirm me testimony gonna give here today's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
you okay, you're both officially under oath. Mr. Diamond, who do you want to approve this one up? Mr. Terry,
I would I would defer to the other attorneys, Your Honor, if it pleases the court.
okay, then I'll tell you what. Let's go with the Mr. Obadiah, and then we'll of course you and Ms. Kuzak will have the opportunity to cross-examine and confirm also.
Okay.
So at this time, Mr. Obadiah, I'll let you go ahead and call your first witness and prove this matter up. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. Felton, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself? And also, Ms. Lloyd, if you don't mind, can you show your video if you don't mind?
Ma'am, turn your video on and unmute yourself, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're good,
Okay,
sir.
I'm here.
Ms. Lloyd.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. May I
All right.
proceed on?
Yes, you may.
All right, Mr. Felton, can you just state your full name for the record one more time?
Ventura Rayvon Felton.
Okay. And you are the father of the two children involved in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you state their names and ages, please?
Okay, my first son is Ventura Rayvon Felton Jr. He's 8. Then I also have Denham Raylon Jerome Felton, and he's 5.
All right. We understand that you signed an acknowledgement of paternity when the children were born. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And are you asking this court to confirm today that you are in fact the father of these children?
Yes, sir.
And you want the court to adjudicate you as the parent, as a father for all intent and purposes?
Yes, sir.
All right. So prior to today, you and Ms. Lloyd, you worked out your own visitation. Is that correct?
Been doing the same thing. Yes, sir.
All right. How long have you been doing this visitation? How long has it been in place?
Since we've been split, about 3 years. Yes, sir.
Okay, for the past 3 years. And
Yes, sir.
has it always been from Tuesday to Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so far, how is that working out for the children?
I think it works great. Anything that needs to be done, if it's anything that needs to be done, we can speak upon it. But as far as for the kids, I think they are comfortable with it. I think they enjoy it because they get both parts of the side. It's both parents. But as far as Tuesday to Tuesday, I think they're comfortable, and I'm comfortable with it too.
Okay. And then when you guys started this 3 years ago, you both also agreed to pay half the expenses for them, right? Including daycare at that time?
Everything that's towards them, we're gonna go half on each thing.
Okay.
That's daycare, whatever it is.
Okay. And if the court were to change it, how do you think, do you think it would be in the best interest of the children, or do you think it's in the best interest of the children to keep it the way they are?
I think it's for the best interest for us just to keep it the same way. They're used to that, and I'm accustomed to that. I know mom is accustomed to that. That's what we've been doing for the past 3 years. So I don't feel like it's anything that needs to really be changed.
Okay. Which school districts are they zoned to right now?
They're in the KISD
Okay,
school district.
okay. So are you okay if the judge restricts both you and mom to continue to reside in that school district so that this 50-50 will work?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you believe that restriction to KISD will be in the best interest of the children?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and also you told me, I want you to state it for the record, that you currently have medical insurance for your children.
Yes, sir.
Is that through your employer?
Through my board. And no, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. So that's currently not on my through my job. It's my own.
Okay, but whatever insurance you have, they cover the
They're
children.
on it. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Both of them on it.
All right, does mom have a copy of that insurance?
She doesn't have a copy of it.
Okay, well, since we are reaching an agreement now, and she's gonna have them have the time, will you commit to deliver a copy to her within the next 24 hours?
Try my best. Yes, I can. Try my best.
Okay,
Hey,
please make sure.
let's make it 72 hours, Mr. Obadiah.
72 hours, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
make-
that way,
long?
'cause, he might have to get some extra cards, okay?
okay,
Right.
But if it's Blue Cross Blue Shield, you can print those out online, sir, and give her a copy, okay? Because that's what I do. All right.
okay.
Thank you.
You understand the judge, Mr. Felton?
What was that? I was trying to see the timing that you said.
Yeah, for 72 hours, which is 3 days from today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
Understand.
right, make sure you send me proof. Like, send out an email, copy me on it. I need to know, okay?
Got you.
All right, so this judge is going to order you to continue to maintain that insurance, okay?
Good business.
If for whatever the reason is, you have to change it, you have to notify me so I can do what I need to do legally on your behalf.
Will do.
Okay. And visitation right now, where do you guys do the exchanges for your children? Is it at your house or at school?
As far as visitation,
Yeah, where does Miss Lloyd, where does she pick up the children from?
well, when they go back with mom, when they was in school, they rode the bus. When they were with me, I picked them up. So as far as when they on that Tuesday, when I take them to school or whatever, when they take them to school, then later on that day, I don't know as far as unless they had any practices or anything like that. But other than that, they go back to mom. If I don't know anything as far as practice or anything like that, I don't pick them up or do anything unless I got, if she let me know something, you can pick them up or something. Other than that, that Tuesday, my time is, basically done for that week.
Okay, so let me restate what I think you said, okay? Pick up, whenever there is school and there is exchanges, both of you will pick up the children from school. Is that correct? Right? And
If
then
it's any changes, we will, we'll talk to each other, pick up or however it is. But the schedule is that, Tuesday when I pick them up, my week, I'll go to the school and pick them up. When they go back with mom, they rode the bus to mom's house.
Okay. And also when there is no school, right? Let's just say during the summer, the pickup will be, the exchange will take place at your, parents' house. Is that what you are doing right now?
Well, yeah, basically, when it's the change shift, she will come get them, or she'll notify me and tell me a time that she will come get them. But it's like when I will ask her or something, I don't get the same, answers or something. But yeah, it will. If I had to meet up with her, and last time I just picked them up from the gas station and stuff before we went to the church. But other than that, was a drop to the house.
Okay. But it's okay if right, remember you don't have a court order, but the order is going to stay when there is no school. You guys are going to exchange at your parents' house. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
If it's any changes, yeah, just let you know.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, you now understand it.
If it's-
I'm going to say something specifically. Y'all, obviously, y'all can change things around, but right now, if there's not an agreement, the exchange is going to take place at your parents' house. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's what I understand, and that's what I'm going to allow in the court order. But yeah, again, y'all can do something different, but you got to be on the same page of that. Otherwise, the exchange is automatically at your parents' house. All right, thank you.
Just two more
Yes, sir.
two more questions for you. In terms of child support right now, you guys are known, basically each of you as taking care of your children during your time.
Yes, sir.
And you're asking the judge to continue that, but not to order any parent to pay child support to the other one.
Yeah, not have to pay anything, but yeah, keep doing what we've been doing.
Okay, and then lastly, in terms of conservatorship, are you asking this judge to name you both as the joint managing conservator of the children, and then for you guys to share decision making?
Yes, sir.
And you believe all these things you are telling this judge to do for you today, they are in the best interest of your children?
Yes, sir.
And you want this judge to approve this agreement if Ms. Lloyd confirms it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all the question I have for Mr. Felton.
All right, Ms. Kuzak, you're a witness. You muted, ma'am. Yeah, it did it again.
When it comes to that, that's the one thing I just don't catch on quick for that. I just assume I'm out in the real world out here. But okay, so I don't have a whole lot of questions. I'll just ask you, Mr. Felton. The kids are doing good in school, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they both on honor roll?
DJ was on honor roll, and Denham, you know, he's a pre-K, but his
Oh.
grades was, yeah, his grades was up to par.
Okay. So both kids are doing well in school. Are they both also involved in extracurricular activities?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so is it important that these kids make it to these extracurricular activities?
Yes, ma'am.
So they're in soccer and baseball and all the different, youth sports, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do they also volunteer?
Yes, ma'am. They also volunteer.
Okay. So we don't have kids who are just sitting and like gaming or something. These kids are responding well to each household, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And they're not just doing an average job at being kids. They're kind of thriving, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that also shows why this schedule has been working for these two boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Diamond.
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Lloyd, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for your patience that we've been dealing with it for 2 years. But just going to ask you a few questions just so we can wrap it up, okay?
Of course, yes, sir.
All right, so you heard all the questions that I asked Mr. Felton. Did you hear them?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And did you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you asking the court based on what he said he wanted, or based on what he said the agreement was, are you asking the court to approve this agreement?
Yes, as long as we keep everything 50-50 drawn down the middle between the two. Yes.
All right. So is there anything regarding the question that I asked him that you need clarification on?
No, sir.
Okay. So do you believe that this agreement, if approved by the court, will be in the best interest of your children?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm sorry. I do have a question. I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
Okay.
Going back to the KISD, I didn't quite understand. So there will be
I can
zoned for KSD, correct?
Yes, I can quickly clarify. Since if you guys are
Okay.
doing 50-50, remember what the judge hinted that it is not a big fan of 50-50 because you cannot really move to Dallas, right? You can't move too far. So in order for this 50-50 to work, we have to keep you guys around the same place. And that school district is the best way to gauge, you know where your children are going to be going to school. So if you choose to move too far, then that's kind of on you. So the judge is basically going to say, for the purpose of designating the residence of the child, is going to be that the children have to live within that school zone.
Okay, got it.
That's what that is. But if you want to move to Dallas tomorrow, then you may need a modification so that, that will be workable. Okay, but 50-50 requires a geographic restriction for it to work.
Okay.
Okay, are you committed to making this work?
Yes, sir. It's been working since 2021. So
So are you asking this judge to approve it and also included that geographic restriction of KISD that I just explained to you?
yes.
All right, and you believe this will be in the best interest of your children?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all the question I have, Ms. Your
All right. Thank you, Ms. Kuzak.
Thank you, Judge. I'm not on mute. So Ms. Lloyd, I'll ask you the same question about school and everything. So,
Okay.
there have been some like where you guys have had to work on communication for getting things turned in and that kind of stuff. But generally speaking, these kids are doing well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We heard the reference to the bus, that the kids take the bus to your house. So have you traditionally all this time been the house that designates where the kids go to school?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, how have the kids been coming home to you on the bus? What I'm getting at is where are the kids going to go to school?
Oh, the kids, so I rezoned, so they'll actually be going to Fowler Elementary. So for me, I mean, I know Dad didn't take the option, but they will be bused here as well. So it'll be kind of the same thing that was going on last year. When I get them, they'll be put on the bus or dropped off at school, or picked up at the bus, and then Dad's week he'll go get them from school.
Okay, and he's always traditionally picked them up, either him or through his family, because his family
Correct.
lives, right? Okay. Do you feel that these orders, given all of the where you guys started as a separated couple, do you feel that you kind of grown into something that could be healthy going forward?
Of course, yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to lock this in?
Yes, please.
Okay. I pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Diamond.
Yeah, it's just one question, Your Honor. Miss Lloyd, I'm sorry I missed it. The Fowler Elementary, is that still in KISD?
Oh, yeah,
Yes, sir.
That's KISD.
It is.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The judge went to Killeen for 7 years and Belton to 5. I'll approve VISD, man, if you ever want to move over to Belton too. But yeah, and my mom was a Killeen Teacher of the Year 1 year. So yeah, well, I know where those elementary schools are. At least the new ones, yeah, I'm a little bit off on. So yeah.
Yeah, Fowler moved because it's not at the same, it's a new building.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Thank you. But I know that sometimes they keep the same names, but they're moving around. I saw that East Ward is no longer East Ward now. It's Killeen Elementary, and that kind of shocked me the other day. But yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else? Any other questions, Mr. Diamond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, folks. Sounds like a deal to me. And again, like I say, ma'am, if you ever want to come back and go to BISD, let me know. Okay, because Belton and Killeen, those are my schools. So all right. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grant the agreement. I'm going to name you both joint managing conservators. I'm keeping the right to decide, ma'am, you get to decide the domicile so long as it remains in the KISD. And if you come to Belton, that's not that big of a difference. But yeah, it's close. They barter each other, and sometimes that comes into effect. But yeah, right now it's going to be KISD going forward. Obviously the exchange is still going to take place on Tuesdays. Y'all do your own transportation. You folks are working together now, so you can use your phone and the text and call each other. I'm not gonna mandate that y'all remain on the app close. When I got parties that are not getting along together, I prefer app close because the app close gives you printouts of everything precisely. Whereas if you ever tried to get somebody's 80 pages of text message in evidence, it's an absolute mess. But y'all are doing well, so I don't think I have to worry about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and communicate the way y'all been communicating, and that way no one's going to miss anything. And I'm going to go ahead and order 0 child support. I'm going to waive court costs, and I'm going to grant the order as negotiated. Is there anything else at this time I need information on, or I need to rule on specifically?
I do have a question.
Okay, man, what's your question?
So Mr. Felton was given 72 hours to get insurance. How's that supposed to be sent to me?
No.
Text
He's
message?
giving you 72 hours to give you a copy of the insurance card. And if he's on Blue Cross Blue Shield, I'm on Blue Cross Blue Shield, you can go online on your account, print out a copy of the insurance card, and I'll have him. And what I think he's going to try to do is send you that a copy by email, or he can give it to you
By
directly.
email, okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
you can print those out, and you can, and then that way you'll have it. This is the Blue Cross Blue Shield. And sir, going forward, if you can't do that printout, if you move over to HEB, or HEB has a different carrier, then make sure mom gets always. If you do that, make sure you get 2 copies of the insurance cards, and that way you give her a physical copy, and you can have a physical copy. Okay. Understood, Mr. Felton? Okay, you're nodding your
Yes,
head. I need a verbal
Yes,
answer.
sir. Yes, sir. I thought you heard me. Yes, sir.
Okay,
If I
thank
can't get a physical copy, am I able to be provided just the member IDs?
Here's the deal, ma'am. You're going to get a physical copy, or you're going to get like I said, a printout of the physical copy through email.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I've had people have trouble with just IDs because first off, everybody's been hacked these days. They don't know who you are, and it's all kind of mess. So you'll get that physical copy one way or the other, and you have your ID available because this is the world has been hacked. So that's just the way we live these days. Any other questions, Ms. Lloyd?
Oh, no, that's it. Thank you.
All right then. All right. Anything else, Mr. Diamond?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Kuzak?
No, no, sir.
Mr. Obadiah?
I just wanted to ask Mr. Diamond, when are we gonna get this order that he's putting together?
I'm going to work on drafting it as soon as we get finished.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right. So instead of having another couple of hours worth of hearings, you can start on that one, Mr. Diamond, along with those other 100 you got to do out there. So,
All right, thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Your Honor. That's it.
all right. Thank y'all all very much. Everybody finish up and have a nice summer and tell those kids, I'm sorry. If school starts the second week of August, because that's just not right. That's I never went to school before. Back when I was in elementary school, it started the first Monday in September. So yeah, tell them good luck with that. But anyway, that's y'all take care and thank y'all very much for working this out. And
Thank
we're
you.
off the record.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
be
you,
careful,
guys.
guys. There's some crazy world out there. Thank you.
Are we excused? Mr. Diamond, I can go, right?
Yeah, everybody can go. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thanks,
Honor.
Bye, Judge.
Bye. See you tomorrow.